Well, good morning, good morning. Apologies for leaving you without content over the last couple of weeks, other than pictures I posted up. I had an attack of gout, very much an old man's disease, after my birthday. And then I got an absolutely stinking cold, real good man flu. And also, the weather's not been great, and still isn't, in fact. But today, I'm driving to the Peak, the Roaches in particular, because there's a promise, no, there's not a promise, there's a threat of some decent snowfall. It's going to be very brief, but we were promised it for Stoke-on-Trent, like right about now it should be snow. It's not. It's rain, not even sleet. So there's a good chance that maybe later in the morning Stoke-on-Trent will get a little bit of it. But because of the elevation of the Roaches, there's a much better chance, much stronger chance that this rain, for sure, will turn into snow. And we can get some snowy shots. And there's a really good reason I'm going to the Roaches. It's very diverse. There's lots of places in the Peak I could go, but one, safety first. If it is going to dump a load of snow, then I don't want to be caught around anywhere like Crowdycote Bank, for example, where the car would be at such an angle that death is almost certainly likely, or at least a good accident. So I'm going to somewhere that's only sort of 15 miles from home. It's only a few miles from the nearest town, Leek Town. It's got plenty of trees, plenty of rocks. I know my way around it. Great prominences like Hen Cloud and of course the Roaches themselves. So I think I'm giving myself lots of opportunities to get compositions if the weather turns out as I'm hoping. Now, if it doesn't, probably never going to see this intro because it'll just be wet and miserable, and I'll be wet and miserable, and I won't want to make a vlog. So lazy. But if there's just even a hint of snow, I think we can do some good with that. So, on we go. Well, this is what just an hour of snow up in the Peak can do. I was having a bit, those people who can just sleep anywhere. I'm one of them, and I had a bit of a doze in the back of the car, and I woke up and realised I couldn't hear the rain anymore, and that's because the rain had turned to snow. So it's coming down. It's not heavy. You would certainly call this a light dusting right now. But the potential for heavier snow is ahead. I think they reckon it'll be about an hour or so. The sun's up. Obviously you can't see it, but it's lighter. This is going to be interesting for exposures, if nothing else. May take some fiddling around to get that just right. Anyway, as you can see, Hen Cloud looking lovely. I don't know if you can see it actually. There you go, Hen Cloud behind my hat there. Looking lovely, but I'm not going to go up it because the visibility is low. Probably going to get lower, and the only way that'll be good is if the rain/snow stops and there's no fog, and then I'll get some visibility. But I'm going to head up into the trees, I think, or possibly by the old barn. Maybe give that a walk. I've not actually seen that with a coating of snow, and that's a pretty easy walk. So maybe do that first, and then come around to the rocks, possibly into the trees. So I was going to use my new toy. I've got one of those hover air things, but so first point about those things, they absolutely cannot stand a breeze. No. So that's a big minus against that. I think it's got to be a pretty flat wind day. Right, anyway, come on, let's go and do this, shall we? You might notice that I've not got the camera on my fast release thing. What are they called for real? Don't know. Too wet. Although the R5's weather sealed, and I think the lenses that I've got on it are pretty good. Just don't take the risk. And then double the fact that I'm probably going to fall over at some point, face plant. There's just no point risking wrecking the camera for the sake of convenience, especially when I'm just walking like this. I doubt if I'm going to get anything I want to shoot on the way, so I'm just going to keep it tucked away until I get to my location. It's actually getting a bit darker, which is not good, but I've just noticed as I'm walking up to the cottage, you can't really see it very well here, but the little, I think it's some sort of brick building to house probably a generator or some sort of electrical. Anyway, there's a building there, and already the snow has given it that nice kind of gradiated look to it that I like, and then the colour of the brown, what would you call it, brownish, what's left of grass and heather, that kind of thing, is a nice complement to it, I think. And then you've got the trees at the back are all dark. That's okay, because it makes that shed, whatever it is, present a little bit better. Jesus, it's rough. So I'm going to set up and try and get a shot of that. Not my usual thing, but I just like it. You know, when something catches your eye, I like the way the path leads up to it. The snow separated by the colours either side, that snowy path. And then the shed, which is probably normally hidden against, you know, just hidden away against the dark of the trees with that snow on. I'm telling you this because I'm not going to show you while I'm setting up because the wind is just too heavy, but I'm going to crop in quite a lot. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to put the 7200 on for sure on this, to just try and get in a little bit closer till I like it. If you've seen an older video, you know one of the techniques I like to use is to get in close with the 7200 and then draw back until I see the shot I want. So I'm going to do that with this, and I'll pop it up. Should be okay. Took the shot, liked it. Don't know why, but it gave me a feeling, a sense of the sort of American scenes you see, those old huts in the countryside, way out back. I don't know. I think it's the colours. It's the colours that did it for me. Anyway, so hopefully you'll like that picture. I've just realised that I've left my mini tripod probably on top of the car, so I've now got to walk all the way back to my car and back again. So 5 minutes later it'll be. I spotted what could be another nice one actually, just as I turned around from shooting the, I'm still going to call it shed, hen cloud, but with the gate here as my foreground. Again, video not going to show it off very well. We'll have a look at the camera in a second. But it also brought to mind a couple of tips that I'm sure all the pros will tell you. Unfortunately, weather like this means messing about with the ISO, which, as you know, is hateful. But if you want, there's different ways of catching snow like this. Now this is quite light, it's small flakes, not great. So you can use these to your advantage. You can shoot at a slower shutter speed. My God, that's a mouthful. And make it kind of hazy, blurry, give it kind of a mystical effect. It's not bad, used properly. It takes a bit of practice, but you can do some nice stuff with that. We don't get a lot of chance to practice in the UK, of course, but I've done it with rain, is what I'm saying. Or you can shoot at a fast shutter speed, which is what I want to do, to try and show the speed of the flakes, you know, to show that it is actually snowing, that you stood out here freezing your nuts off. Actually, I'm not freezing, I'm quite warm today, I've got loads of layers on. But they're the option. Now, if you want to do that fast shutter, you're going to have to raise the ISO. Unless you, I don't know, you maybe got some magnificent camera, but my R5 is pretty good. So yeah, if you're going to raise that shutter, you're going to open the aperture, you know, there's a trade-off. It's one or the other. So experiment with that. If you are managing to catch some of the snow, if you're out there when we get the next batch, then give it a whirl, or maybe give it a whirl with the rain as well. As long as your camera is protected against it, you can have some fun with it. Right, I'm going to do this one. That's enough waffle. I think I'm going to have to get low. I'm going to have to get down here to sort of shoot up into the, sound like Craig Yates, don't I? to shoot up into the background. So get that gate in, because I'm on a bit of a raise here. So I'm going to go down there, but I want to get the trail in as well. So again, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I can't show you the setup. It's really windy. I don't know if you can tell. All this weather wants to do is take my camera to the floor. So unfortunately, it's going to be me yabbering. I'll take the shots and put them up, okay? Here we go. Slippy. Oh, well, unfortunately, this is going to be a short video. I came up to take a picture of the deteriorating barn, and I've literally had to take shelter in it. It's actually eased off in the last minute or so, but you can probably see the snow's still whipping on. It's not super cold, but when it blows hard, and you know, I'm switching stuff around my hands, you can probably see they've gone salmon pink. It's wicked, and snow hitting your eyes is making me cry. It's stinging so hard. But the biggest problem is not so much me. I'm wrapped up super warm. I really dressed for the occasion. It's the gear. It's just too much. There's ice accumulating on all the gear. It's just hitting it so fast and compacting. I've had problems with the 7200 as well. I already knew this coming out, that it wasn't functioning properly, and I think today it's just giving up the ghost, which is a shame, because I was getting a lot of shots I felt out of it. You'll only see 2 or 3 of them today, I'm sure. I hope the barn has worked out. I wanted to tell you stuff about the shot, but honestly, my head got so cold out there, I think I've forgotten all the information. But what are lessons from today? Wrap up warm, which I have. No problem with this, other than my hands and the fact that I've had to and fro. Even with, I've got good gloves. When my hands are in those gloves, I'm absolutely fine. But I've got short fingers, or they don't seem to be very long for a bloke. And I've never found. So I've got to hold the tripod. It's getting rough again. You won't. I guess because of the very sorry state of my dead cat, you can't hear the strength of the wind. But I'm not being apocalyptic here, but it's rough. And this is offering great sanctuary. I've just got flakes. It's quite nice actually, just drifting around me. Anyway, dress for the part. Make sure you've got lens cleaners, just microfibers, absolute must. I was so pleased with myself. I actually bought them all, and as soon as I started shooting, I thought, oh yeah, I must make sure the lens is clean. And literally every shot I had to clean the lens, take the shot, clean the lens, take the shot. So these conditions, same with rain, make sure you've got your microfiber cloth. What else, folks? Don't go too far from home, or at least from rescue. If I was out in the wilds in this, it could be a problem. It's not. I'm only at the Roaches, and within 10 minutes I'm going to reach my car. Take a hot drink, or some way of making a hot drink. I'm going to enjoy this now. And then a quick gear update. I broke so much stuff. So the last of my ND filters are gone. I broke the last one I had. Put it in my keys. Hold on. So I have no more ND filters. So all these guys say, oh, I don't shoot with ND filters. Well, I don't right now, because I don't have any, but I would normally. Every single lens I've got has a circular polarizer. Fat use that is right now. I think I broke some. Obviously the 7200's just bit the dust. Great. I don't think I broke anything else. I'll find out when I get home, but I've just had a problem with the PGY Tech mount that I use for the quick release. So the Beetle clip, still perfectly fine, no problem with that. But I bought one to stick on the tripod, and I've just had issues with it not locking. So I'll update you on that next vlog, because if that's an issue, I'll want to speak to him about it, because that could be the loss of a camera. Fortunately, I always, you know, really check that my gear is secure now on the tripod. And that's about it, really. I'm sorry it's a short one. I'll try and do some footage as I'm walking back to the car, just show you. It is beautiful, if a little bit severe up here today, but it is really beautiful, and it's worth making the effort to come out in these conditions, as long as you're practical about it, careful, and look after your gear. Make sure it's weather sealed, or you've got one of those rain hoods on it. I have got one, it's in the car, so basically I haven't got one. Right, I'm going to go. Listen, thanks everyone for dropping by. Better one next time, I'm sure. See you soon. Well, I'm back in the car, safe and sound. There's still one more shot I want to take, and I'm going to try and get it.